I don't want your children, so stop giving me free sperm. I'll pay for it. I don't want your sperm. Stop it. My best friend, I know you guys hear me talk about her a lot, my girl, you know, but she definitely made sure that although it was always on my mind, she made sure that I had fun that summer. We did so many different things and we still did nothing and we had a ball. Like, it is what it is. I'm not crying anymore. Now that, you know, I know I have to do the surgery, do all my follow-up checks, whatever, book the surgery. They asked me if I wanted an epidural, and I said no. I heard bad stories. I was just like, listen, just go in, get it out, let me go. It was one of those very quiet, somber days. I tried to crack jokes. I tried to, you know, I tried to still be me, but it was a struggle. It really was. Before I do the surgery, they explained to my mom and my family that were there that once I'm out of surgery, they are going to let them know, tell them how the procedure went, all that good stuff. So the surgeon, she spoke to me and, you know, they take you in the room, whatever. They're prepping me. So she was telling me, you know, they're going to go in and they're going to remove the cyst because up until this point, they are under the assumption the cyst was growing on the outside of my ovaries, if I can remember. But they don't know for sure because they can only tell until they actually go in and see what's going on around there. So anyways, I do the surgery. I wake up. I was in so much pain. When I woke up, I was so cold. I was asking the nurses to get my mother. No one got my mother. I was asking for the doctor. No one got the doctor. And then in the haze of me coming in and out of, you know, the anesthesia, I saw the doctor. And she came and she said to me, you know, everything went well. And I will come tomorrow and I'll speak to you. All that stuff. All this time, all I can remember saying is, where's my mom? No one can tell me where my mother is. The guy beside me had someone come in. The guy on the other side of me had someone come in. I was in there by myself, so I was terrified and I was cold. They had to put like multiple warm blankets on me because I was really, really cold. Like super cold. So they wheel me up to my room. I remember hearing my mom's voice saying, is that her? Is that her? That should be her. Is that her? Is that her? So anyways, you know, we come into the room. I'm awake, aware somewhat, you know, in and out, drugged up. Come on now. I don't know what time it was. My mom said to me, you know, she's really tired. So she's going to try and go home to get some rest, clean up, all that stuff, and then she'll be right back. Like, literally, she was going to come back either that night or in the morning, but she was going to come back. I don't know what happened. My chest started to hurt me. You know, the beeping sound that you hear, because they had me hooked up. I was wired up all over the place. It just went off the charts. Just, listen. Everything was just beeping, beeping, beeping. I kept calling the nurse. You know that little buzzer thing? No one was coming. I almost fell off the bed. So the lady that was across from me, her daughter, heard me and she came. Whew, I'm gonna cry again. She's like, it's okay, calm down. Like, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. And I needed someone there, right? I did not know this was still bothering me. At the same time that was happening, my friend walks in and he literally was like, oh my God. So he runs out to the hall now and was calling the nurses, and then my nurse came and it was like I was hyperventilating. Maybe it was a panic attack, I don't know, but I was hyperventilating, like I was holding my chest, I was complaining, and I was like, call my mom, someone needs to call my mom. My mom comes back, and she's trying to, tell me to calm down. So they gave me drugs to calm me down because they thought that I was having a panic attack. My mom stayed, everyone else went home. My mom stayed, she stayed right next to me the entire night. And then, if you do surgery, they give you medication in intervals and stuff like that. So maybe it was like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was, I don't remember. But I got my dose of morphine, I got pain pills, something like that. So, my mom kept saying, I remember her saying this, I'm drugged up, okay, guys? So I'm loopy. I would be repeating the same thing like 5 times. I'm loopy. My mom kept saying, you know what? I don't think she should be getting all these different types of medication because maybe that's what happened. Because from my knowledge, when we left, that was when she had her last dosage. So maybe she's reacting to something. They're like, no, that's not it. It isn't that. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, after my dosage, my skin started to itch, right? So you know what that means. It's an allergic reaction to something. My skin starts to itch now. And I said, Mom, my chest is hurting. She's like, what do you mean your chest is hurting? I'm like, Mommy, my chest is hurting. And then I remember telling her, I'm having a hard time breathing. Go call the nurse. She's like, it's okay. Calm down. I felt like I had an out-of-body experience because I literally saw myself going numb. My body went numb. My eyes rolled back, and I saw my mom in front of me saying, oh my God, wake up. Open your eyes. That's what she was doing. She was shaking me. She's like, open your eyes, wake up. So this time now, my eyes aren't open. How do I know my eyes aren't open? Just trust me, my eyes aren't open, okay? I was having a problem breathing. I couldn't breathe. I really couldn't breathe. So, they come and they I don't know what she gave me. She gave me something to make me like become aware of my surroundings, but it didn't work. And I kept complaining about my chest. I'm like, my chest is hurting. And in an instant, I felt the lower half of my body go numb. And then the top part followed. She kept telling me, move your hands. I'm like, I'm moving my hands. She's like, no, move your hands. I'm like, I'm moving my hands. She's like, you're not moving your hands. I'm like, I'm moving my hands. Because it felt like I was moving my hands, right? So she goes down to to my feet now, and she's like, okay, move your feet. I'm like, I'm moving my feet. She's like, no, move your feet. I'm like, I started to cry. I'm like, I can't feel anything. I can't move. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, are you touching me? She's like, no. And then she said, okay, tell me if you feel this. So they do that little thing where they run something up your foot. She did that. She's like, do you feel that? And I said, no. Listen, I'm crying right now. Like, I was completely 100% paralyzed. I could not feel anything. Not only am I in the hospital because I had surgery to remove something, so I might not be able to have kids. This is in my head. Now, I'm in the hospital recovering from said surgery, and now I'm paralyzed. How? Like, I can't breathe anymore. My chest was hurting. And it was a scary moment because for like a good 10, 15 minutes, they were trying to give me oxygen. They were trying to move me around to get me to move. Nothing was happening. Then they had to call in a heart specialist because I don't know what they saw and they thought I was having a heart attack. Like I was in the middle of a heart attack. I don't know if my mom was there at the time, but I do remember saying to them, how are you guys gonna let me die? I'm my mother's only child. Like it was a tough moment because I still didn't know what was wrong with me. No one knew what was wrong with me. They tried to they ran some tests on me. They gave me water, they gave me an IV drip. They gave me all sorts of stuff. And I remember my mom saying, I don't think she should get the morphine and the tablets because after that happens, she had a breakout. Like, I don't think you guys should give it to her, you know? It was an ordeal. That night, that first night after the surgery, I wouldn't wish that on anyone because you not knowing whether you're dying, you can't walk again, like, it's emotional. I'm sorry. You know, it was really a tough ordeal. But they got me to calm down. They got I got feeling back in my hands, my feet, and stuff like that. But all I wanted to do was sleep because I was so drugged up. How do I keep my eyes open? I don't even want to pee. Like, how do I keep my eyes open? How? You know, like it was a bad, like that first night was completely terrifying. Like I felt bad for my mom because I mean, I am her only child and like what is like the doctor comes and your doctor says, you know, we think you had a panic attack. And I'm just like, this is more than a panic attack because I don't believe a panic attack is going to make you paralyzed for that long. But don't quote me on that. I don't suffer from panic attacks that will limit my mobility. So I don't know. They could very well happen. But I agree with my mom in terms of it was an allergic reaction to all the medication that I was having because I got tested like a year later. So she comes and she starts telling us, you know, the surgery went well and I have pictures if you want to see. But, you know, we thought it was on the outside of your ovary. But it turns out that your cyst was on the inside. And when she showed me the pictures, it just looked like, yeah, I'm gonna call it this big. It looked like a balloon. So I was like, oh, that's the cyst? She's like, no, that's your ovary. Your cyst is on the inside. And then when she showed me what the cyst looked like, it had hair, it had teeth, it had a bunch of follicles. So my mom was like, was she pregnant? And the doctor said, no, some cysts contains follicles, like almost a whole person, like I said, you know? So it was definitely fascinating to see, but scary to experience because they made it seem like it's a simple procedure, but it's major surgery. It's major surgery and you could lose your life. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things because you never know what's gonna happen. You can go in fine and come out and then boom. Or you can go in and not come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very scary thing. What I did start to notice, I don't know if other people experience this with their ovarian cyst surgeries, but I had gotten an infection prior to the surgery. And after the surgery, I had the swelling of my ovaries. So when my period came or ovulation, my ovaries were swelling. How? I can feel it. You can see the difference. You can see the bulge. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, like super uncomfortable. So sometimes I'm good, I don't feel it. And then other times, like right after my surgery, it was massive. But I am thankful I haven't experienced that a lot. I have, however, experienced it recently, which is why I was like, my health is acting up, because it's very uncomfortable. It looks like I'm pregnant at the bottom. I'm not. So, you know, this whole entire ordeal was super stressful. It was very traumatic, and it was very scary for me. I'm going on a rant right now. This is why when men and women come up to me and ask me when I'm having children, I disrespect them thoroughly. Okay? Ask them about me. Don't ask me nothing. You don't know what's going on in my uterus. Don't ask me anything. I'm not going to have your children. How about that? I don't want your children, so stop giving me free sperm. I'll pay for it. I don't want your sperm. Stop it.